Very good evening, folks. Welcome back again to the channel. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that watched the live watch along earlier on Facebook and YouTube. Really appreciate the numbers, appreciate the comments. Unfortunately, it wasn't the result that Celtic fans wanted tonight, but look, it is what it is. Getting hammered at home to Stuttgart 4-1. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing, and I don't care about how much they've spent in a transfer window. The fact is, we have a keeper who is almost 40 years of age, who can't dive for jack shit, who can't catch a ball, who can't distribute the ball in a proper way, who can't control his back four, can't bark orders out. It's concerning. It's pretty concerning. And as a team, we've been brutal this season. We've been holding on for false hope of fucking trying to win this league. And if we keep that keeper, Kasper Schmeichel, in goal, we're going to lose the title. Simple as it is. We have enough players that are fucking empty jerseys getting starts. And I'm not going to start criticising so many players tonight on the podcast. We all know the players that are not turning up week in, week out. But yet, they're still getting chances. And tonight was embarrassing. But yet again, Celtic Park is a fucking morgue. It's a morgue. And I feel sorry the fans that have spent their hard-earned money to go watch that shite tonight in the piss and the rain in the East End of Glasgow. For what? Be absolutely laughed at. Stuttgart bring so many good fans tonight. Yeah, they had a banner saying lift the bands and get the Green Brigade back in. But it's fucking horrendous to watch this season, folks. But yeah, people still defend the boards. People still defend this fucking thing that it's okay. Martin O'Neill is frustrated because there was balls thrown on the pitch. There was a disruption to the game to start. Look, folks, if you're pro-board or anti-board, I don't give a fuck what you are. What I cared about is our team winning. That's what I cared about. And clearly the board haven't invested in a serious matter. We should not be in this situation. We should be talking about us in a Champions League competing against an Inter Milan or Atletico Madrid. But do you know who's doing that instead? Bodo Glimt, who have a much smaller budget than us. Bruges, who have a smaller budget than us. Even Koiberg are into the fucking knockout stage of the Champions League or the last 22 playoff, whatever you want to call it. Even though they got pumped by Newcastle, they're still in it. And we couldn't even qualify in the playoff round against a team from fucking Boratland. That just shows how bad Celtic Football Club is on the decline. It's been on decline since Bayern Munich last year. On the decline. And that keeper should be embarrassed. He should never, ever wear a jersey again, a Celtic shirt again. He is shy. And it's not just down to tonight. This is down to last week. This is down to multiple games in the Europa League. This is down to the Scottish Cup final. This is down to the League Cup. He is absolutely shy. And people say Barkas is the worst keeper we've had. Kasper Schmeichel in his first season was brilliant. He was brilliant. He saved us in the penalty shootout against Rangers in the League Cup. Pulled off big saves against young boys, but he is done. He's washed up. I seen a comment there on saying he goes down like installments. He is absolutely pissed. And I'm sorry for fans that say, oh, that's hard, giving a guy a deadener in the arm. That's really cruel of him. At least he's playing professional football. At least he's making a fortune. The only reason he got there is because his dad was Peter Schmeichel. And he got his fucking pay way through. And yet he did establish himself in football. He's a Premier League winner. But that's in the past. What matters is now. What matters is we should be dropping him. He should never be our number one keeper for the rest of the season. He should just retire and get Sinisalo in or Doolan in. He is rank rotten. And the first goal, he could have saved. Could have fucking saved it. Went under him. Worse than Barkas. Second goal, I was looking at it first as a guy could have saved it. No, it wasn't his fault. Scales, where was he being to see? Standing there like a fucking statue. Liam Scales was tremendous until November and went to shit when Nancy came in. Went to shit. And I feel sorry for Liam Scales because I know he wears his heart on his sleeve, but come on. Fucking come on. Him and Trusty are terrible. They're absolutely mints. Trusty has the odd good game. The only time Trusty turns up is when we play in Italy. When we play in Italy. When we play against Atalanta and Bologna, that's when Trusty turns up. The only time he turns up. The rest of the time he's fucking poor. So I will swear on the channel. I will swear on my Facebook tonight, and I do apologise if there's young ears listening. I don't give a shit. I concentrate on how I'm feeling and what you are feeling. He's finished. He's finished. Kasper Schmeichel is done. We need a new we need to go out in the market and get proper centre backs. And I'm sorry, I love Martin O'Neill, but I'm sick of hearing this bullshit fucking excuse from punters, from managers, moaning that Bundesliga have superiority money, Premier League have superiority money. You're in a competition. You have to get the best out of your players and go toe-to-toe with these guys. They're not fucking Messi. They're not Ronaldo. Go toe-to-toe, especially when you're at home in front of that crowd. Celtic Park is not a fortress anymore. It ain't a fortress. It doesn't appeal to me to go and fucking spend 40 quid on a ticket on a European night to watch your team get pumped. Pumped by Stuttgart. Yes, Stuttgart have won 5 of the last 6 games in all competitions. But come on, we're Celtic fucking football club. What's the point having that start on above our badge if we're not going to fucking try hit the heights and try believe we're a European team? Because we're not a European team. We ain't near it. It's a joke to watch. It breaks me heart. So I will go through the comments. And I will speak my mind. And if people don't like what I'm saying, just leave. Just leave. Because I'm not here to impress you. I'm not here to win you over. I'm not here to lose you. I'm here to speak my mind. And to watch 95 minutes of that crap tonight. As I said, I feel sympathy for the fans who went to that game. But at the same time, where are the fans that are meant to be singing? Let the people sing. The famous quote, let the people sing. Everybody's concentrated on getting the Green Brigade back in. What about the rest of the fans that are not fucking singing? Yous have a voice. Yous have a voice. No one's duct taped you. You need to sing. You need to believe. If you want to win a league title, you want to win a Scottish Cup, there's no point in having back the team and sitting there being a fucking statue. Sing, because there's thousands of fans in the world that would kill to be in your seat. Thousands across the world that get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, wherever they are till in midday, taking time off. They're living in America or Canada to watch Celtic play and love to be in your seat. And some fans are taking it for fucking granted. They're quick enough to moan. But when you're in that seat, make your voice be heard. There's no point in singing You Never Walk Alone and then your job's done for the night. Your job is the 12th man and get behind your team. That's what it's all about. We're at a stage where we've dominated so much over the last decade of winning 5 trebles, winning so many doubles, being invincible. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, when the team is down, the mood's down. The mouths are shut. We can all moan at each other. We can all moan at each other on Facebook or Instagram or other apps and saying, you're a plastic fan, you're this, you're Celtic, you're that. We're Celtic fucking fans. Get together and back your fucking team. Back your team to the hills. Back your team. You know, you need to believe. No more politics of pro this, pro that. You wear the scarf. You wear the shorts. You've hugged people beside you for years when you celebrate. You moan to your fucking basically your next door neighbour beside you in your season ticket because we're playing bad. But why you two not singing? Why are you not getting like 10 people beside you singing? As I said, if I had the money, I would be at Celtic Park and watching my team. Some fans are taking it for fucking granted. I know it doesn't feel right because we ain't putting on big performances. We're not smashing teams 3 or 4-0. We're not fucking scalping Stuttgart. It doesn't feel like, does it not? Well, get behind it. That's the joys of football. That is the joys of football. You win some, you lose some, you draw some, but you back your fucking team. You back your team. I'm gonna go into the comments. I'm not neglecting your comments. I'm not brushing them off. These are all making great points across Facebook and across YouTube. But what I will say to the Facebook people, just do me a favor. It's free of charge. Go over to YouTube, the exact same name, and subscribe. Subscribe. Because you know what? I sit down and I try to find content on a regular basis alongside Holly that does a good job. And even if it's a Google search or save a picture and post it up, we're trying to make effort to bring a bit of joy to your life. We're trying to make effort to talk about Celtic. We're trying to make effort to relive the moments and trying to enjoy some sort of what's going on now. It's been a hard season. It's been a hard season. Have I been disconnected from Celtic this season? 100%. But I still put my jersey on like you. I still watch the games. I still want to feel like we're going to turn a corner and we're going to get through this. And when I seen the way we scored that winning goal at Kilmarnock the weekend, that felt real. That felt real. That game felt like the best game since the semi-final against Rangers. And then beyond that, the rest of the season's been it's been a blur in my head. It's been a complete blur in my head. I don't agree with fans booing their own players, but I do agree with fans should be singing and should be backing their players. That's what they should be doing. I understand fans are frustrated. I've done a video. I've literally just thrown Kasper Schmeichel under the bus because he's been horrendous. There's no point defending someone because what he's done on his CV. It's what he does now. That's what's more important. And I can't see a way back for Kasper Schmeichel, to be truly honest with you. So, answer the questions. I will indeed, John. Oh, John, you've been banging in some goals recently, haven't you? Is that John, my friend that travels everywhere to see Celtic Beyond? Is that John, is it? The obvious is the obvious. I'm fucking raging with the performance, but don't start slagging Martin O'Neill. I'm not slagging Martin O'Neill. I'm putting it to the facts is I think Martin O'Neill is defending the bar too much. Tell his cronies to sit down with fans and get the shit sorted. Martin O'Neill is a legend. Martin O'Neill is the best manager, second best manager we've ever had. Some people say Willie Mailey, but Martin O'Neill is a hero. Why would I wear an NTL jersey if I was slagging Martin O'Neill? You know? I love Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill follows me on Instagram, for fuck's sake. I was one of the first people he followed. So I have a lot of time for Martin O'Neill, but I understand his frustration. At the same time, the team he's working with, half of them are duds. Half of them don't care. Half of them don't want to win a medal, a league title. Half of them are checked out because they've done it with Ange, they've done it with Brendan, they've done it with this, you know. It's hard, like, folks. I'm trying to come on and be positive. I'm trying to come on and see where can we go from this. We put a second team out on Thursday next week. Fuck Stuttgart. Fuck the Europa League. Who gives a shit? I've said it the other night, even before the ball was kicked in this round. I'd rather be out of the Europa League and focusing on the league. It's too much distractions. It's more minutes under these players' belts where half of them are mentally not there. Like Bernardo. The guy has not turned up this season. He's been missing. And I had to start out feeling sorry for Bernardo. Now I'm like, he gets a chance, he's fucking a flop. You know? He's frustrated. Well, prove it. Start working in training. Start working hard. Start earning your fucking jersey. Don't point telling the Portuguese media how frustrated you are because your agent's milking your head for a MILF. You're playing for one of the biggest institutions in fucking European football. Maybe you're not getting the Premier League wages or the fucking wages you were getting at Benfica. But come on. Get the fuck. Fight for the shorts. Because when you go to clubs in England or France or Holland or whatever, you don't get the affection and the love that you do at Celtic. You don't get it. You've seen players going down south. You've seen players going to clubs and they're just not, they just can't handle it. Just can't handle that. They're not admired. You get these self-employed English fans but Celtic fans, we tend to get behind our players. And I think with the Kasper Schmeichel saga, it's gone too far. It has gone too far with Kasper Schmeichel. The errors at Kilmarnock, it's just like I don't know what he's trying to do. I honestly don't know what he's trying to do. And I don't know if there's something going on in the background, if it's his family or he's just unhappy. It's affecting him totally. And I know we're human beings and we make errors, but in your job, you can't keep making errors and letting people away with it. That's what I'm trying to say, you know? Martin O'Neill claims they have to sign their January. Look, bad recruitment. Mavuka hasn't been seen. This guy, Arthur from Brentford, who the fuck is he? You know, Tomasz tried tonight. Junior Adum scores 1 goal for Celtic, and people are like, oh, yeah. He hasn't done much. Folks, be honest with yourself. Yes, we are only 3 points behind Hearts, and we have a crucial game in hand in Batodry against Aberdeen. If we win this league with a bang average Celtic team, I'll tell you one thing, we're fucking lucky. We are lucky. And I know it's all about points on the board and the defence is terrible. The goalkeeper's brutal. Our midfield have no engine. We have a captain who's passionate, but the tank isn't there with Callum McGregor the way it once was. We have forwards that are fucking haven't played a decent string of football in bleeding years. Like Tomasz, he was playing Delhi for fucking Sparta Prague, and then he went to Mönchengladbach, hasn't worked out 7 goals and 50 odd appearances. Like, oh, Balikwisha, prime example, poor recruitment, you know. Oh, it's a hard one. I'm going to go through the comments and I'm going to read what I can, folks. And, you know, no, it's not the John. I thought it was the John. But, John, you're certainly welcome in anyway. Plunge says, Keith, all this season is down to the board. It is, like, 75% of it's down to the board and 25% of it is down to the team. You know, if you don't prep right and you're not putting the attention to detail and you have a treasure chest full of money and you're not using it to your disposal, and now fans are starting to wake up and realise there's Bodo Glimt, who pumped us back in 2022, that have gone level upon level in Europe. They've just beaten the finalists of the Champions League last season. Now, does that fucking hit home to you? And I don't want people commenting in the comments below, oh, well, they're not playing now. They have a rest. They're in pre-season. But I don't care. They've beaten Inter Milan. They've beaten Inter Milan. You know, they beat Atletico Madrid. Knudsen is a cracking manager. But Celtic are falling to fuck. We have been falling to fuck since Munich. I'd give him a chance. I really would, Ado. I hope you're doing well, by the way, besides this. How's it going, Barry? I hope you're doing good. Casper's done. Bernardo's crap. Maeda and Rio are not interested. Recruitment awful. You know what? You can't say the recruitment was awful with Maeda and Rio because they were fucking fine wine under Ange. It's just they're done. They're done. They're done. You know? The next 4 weeks are probably going to be the most stressful 4 weeks you've ever watched Celtic. And I mean that. Challenging times. We've got Hibs on Sunday at home, which will be the last home game for almost a month. We've got Stuttgart, which is a write-off now. To be honest with you, I don't care how bad we get pumped next Thursday. I don't care about the performance next week. The Europa League means nothing to us now. Are we going to magically score 3 goals away from home? It's probably about 5% chance, to be honest with you. So don't start pulling the keep the faith shit with me because they're a much better side than us. You know, you can put a fucking skill bag in goal and score against Celtic. That's the God honest truth. You know, it's hard saying that. Always the delay at the start, you know. Fans threw balls onto the pitch and fans wanted to make a stance and make a point, hit the board in the pockets, because if the board are not going to spend the money on players, fucking spend it somewhere else and actually realise the world needs to see that enough of this crap is enough. Fans are pissed off, folks. And even if you don't agree with the Celtic collective, you need to understand the money is not being spent. You're getting made a fool of. Made a fool of. And I guarantee you may not like the Celtic collective, but if we don't win this league, don't start blaming on the Celtic collective. Don't start blaming on other fans. Blame it on the fucking board and have a bit of balls and admit it. Blame it on the failures. Blame it on the players on that pitch that ain't turning up week in and week out. That's what you're blaming on. That's what you're blaming on. Don't blame it on the fans. Don't be blaming on fans because fans boycotted us a cup game, or fans have a feeling, have their views. These are passionate fans. These are there's hundreds of CSAs that signed this signatory. And that's what they believe in. They believe in change needs to happen. They believe that the operations of a Celtic Football Club isn't at the level, you know? And this time next year, even though revenues are quite down already with merchandise, people not eating as much as from the food stalls at Celtic Park, it's going to get to the stage, if we don't win this league, you could see Ronnie Doyle days where the banners are back up in the stands. People might say the season ticket holders. The fact is, some fans are more emotionally invested when we're winning than other fans. Some fans just jump on the glory wagon when we're winning. And when we're losing, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about Celtic. They don't want to talk about Celtic. I'm the opposite. I will post about Celtic. I will try to think about Celtic in a positive way. I will make videos because I believe that you have to stand by your team, no matter what. No matter what. There is a portion of younger fans that are used to winning trebles. If you don't win a treble, it's a failure of a season. There's fans in here that have seen Celtic not winning for years. And I applaud you because you went there and stuck through the dark times. Applaud you. But see these younger fans that think the world's fucking ending when we don't win a treble. Tough luck. You don't win a cup because you ain't good enough. You don't be given cups. You earn cups. You know, you don't be given the privilege to play in a Conference League or Champions League or Europa League. You have to earn to play in these competitions. No matter how big your stadium is, no matter how big your fan base is, no matter how much is invested in your team, you got to earn it. And as I said, Bolo Glimt, they've earned it. They've earned it, you know. And sorry, Keith, if we don't win the league, the board are to blame, and I shall never forgive them. A lot of people can never forgive them anyway. Cronies. Ross Desmond. Who the fuck does he think he is? Talking about our fans. Gaslighting our fans. You know? Like, who the fuck does he think calling them anti-establishment? These are people that have supported this club from generations, from the family, you know? Gaslighting them people that were shareholders, that care about their club, that might go home and not sleep at night because their team being beaten, that might not turn up for work because they're in shit mood, might feel depressed while he's there sucking up his dad's fucking billions. Fuck off. Honestly, fuck off yourself, Ross Desmond. Like, they own 35% of shares at Celtic, but yet the board are petty. The board are petty and have to ring and get a go-ahead from Dermot Desmond, for a 3 million transfer. Is this how bad the operations is a Celtic Football Club? But people think it's all right. Folks, I meet people on a regular basis who are much older than me, and they wing it. Every single week, wing it about Celtic. And they cannot admit the board are failing. And I'm like, what is going on with you? Wake up. Wake up to reality. Can someone in the comments say you're a season ticket holder or not? Because, yeah, look, I'm always being passionate. I'm always being passionate. And people don't like me passion. And I don't care. I don't care. As I said, I don't get to go to games much, so this is my passion towards Celtic. Simple. Cost of living. We all have to pay our bills. Simple. But I'll tell you one thing. The board ain't fucking paying the fans back with reward. Like, we're not expecting the board to go out and pay 60 million in a transfer or 50 million in a transfer or 40 million. They're saying that they don't have the financial stability to compete in Europe. Why we have Bodo Glimt, Bruges, Koiberg competing in the Champions League. It is just a laughing stock. There is the evidence. There is the evidence. If you can't get that into your Sally noggin, what are you doing with yourself? I know you might be just a fan that blurs everything out, just goes into the games and wants to watch the teams, but it has to work. It's how it's made. You know, the factory, the chocolate bar, how it's made. Not just a simple, it's about the wrapping being put on it, everything, the cocoa beans, everything put together to make it delicious. And at the moment, it's fucking rotten. It's a horrible chocolate bar. You know? Give you the runs. And this is what the Celtic board are doing. They're giving you the fucking runs through your body because they're depressing you with all the shite that they're throwing at you. Silence. What's the silence about? Because they know that they're incompetent of doing their jobs. They are not Celtic fans. They are businessmen that tap each other on the back, cronies that sit in it's not an executive box, executive seats, saying, well done. It's hitting them. As I said, I'm not anti-establishment. I just want better for their club. I just want better for the rest of the fans who watch the games, who attend the games, who get up early. They deserve better. I'm not a voice for them. I'm a voice for myself. And I just feel like it's just a joke, you know? 900. He's on 900 grand, Kenny. 900 grand. I hope you're doing well, Kenny. We are losing support, Keith. As I said, there's a portion of fans that are just all glory. They check out when we're not winning. You got to be in it. I've sat here during lockdown. When there's 400 or 500 people watching me when we got pumped by Ross County, when I had a Hollywood actor on, and we sat there and we talked about it. And even he said at the time, the board don't care, Keith. And he's still on to this day, he agrees. You know, shout out to Gianni Capaldi. Look closer to home for recruitment. 100%. The two Motherwell lads. Elliot Watt, Mas Manises, Josh Mulligan from Hibs. We're looking at a centre-back from Dundee, I think, as well. Or a left-back. Keeper-wise, not enough. There's not enough keepers in the league I would look at. Even if you want to, if you want, like, I'm starting to warm up to the idea maybe the Motherwell manager. So it's going to Roberto Martinez, the Motherwell manager. Ange ain't coming back. I don't blame Ange for not coming back. Why would you want to taste the rotten apple? It's rotten to the core, folks. The club is eroding as much as you're passionate and we're passionate, but inside it's eroding, you know? And I hate saying it. I really do hate saying it because I don't want you thinking I'm pissing in your cornflakes and I'm trying to put you in a bad mood because we got pumped by Stuttgart tonight 4-1. It's bigger than that. It's logistics, you know? And look, well done to Stuttgart. They wanted it. They came there and they came. Celtic Park's just a tourist attraction now to people for European football. Tourist attraction. No one fears come to Celtic Park. For fuck's sake, Falkirk don't even fear come to Celtic Park anymore. And well done to Falkirk this season, but come on. How embarrassing is it getting? Like, the realisation of it, you know? People, and the Hibs will fancy their chances on Sunday. But what I will say, the 72 is watching, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go over. If you have your phone beside you, if you're watching me on the big screen, just subscribe to the channel. It's free of charge. You know, thank you very much. You know, let's get to the comments. Look, I just keep the comments coming through. Don't think I am neglecting your comments. Just a flip come, you know. Yeah, look, a Paul Tisdale got the boot anyway. So sad the state of our club. It really is, Will, and it's, you know, I'm not trying to cause a divide between Celtic fans. I want unity. I want us to come together and be back in our team. That's what I want. You know, I don't want people arguing with each other in the pub like, oh, they shouldn't have done that. What are they doing this protest for? They don't care about the club. They don't really. Yet they do. You know, I always look back in history and I say to myself, right, this is completely off the topic. This has nothing to do with football. Remember when the Irish had the 1916 Rising and they were criticised for doing that by their own people? They were criticised by their own people for doing that. They were laughed at. And then a couple of weeks later, they were martyrs because they done something out of the horizon. They fought and fought and fought. And they got something out of it. Sometimes you got to fight and keep believing in a vision. And once you believe in a vision and you keep thinking it and more people believe in it, it will happen. It will fucking happen. It will happen. And as I said, these people have the money. They have the money to ban me, they have the money to ban news, but they are not going to ban thousands of fans across the world. They're not going to ban every single person. I'm not. Would it kill me if I ever never stepped foot in Celtic Park again? Yeah, it would kill me. It'd break my heart. But I feel the same value as majority of people that feel like they're getting fleeced. You know, I haven't bought merch since July because I'm like, why would I give them another shilling? Why should I? Why should I give it to them so they can sit there and tap each other on the back and have their corporate yachts and talk shit to each other and go to the Bahamas? Like, why should I? Why should I give into that shit? You know? Keith, is this the worst season you've been supporting Celtic excluding COVID? I thought the Tony Mowbray season was bad, but yes, this is because it's just failure. It's so so up and down. You know, I can't elaborate a word to you. What I would call this. You know, it's like James McAvoy in Split. All these different personalities, all these different emojis, all these different moods. You know, we will fight back because we're passionate, and we will. And I'll say to the folks that are feeling annoyed and feeling angry about the season, it will end. The season will end when it ends its course. And if we win the league, it will be a fluke, I think, because the shit that we've gone through, I don't know, it sounds weird saying fluke because you win games and you accumulate the points, but it's a poor side that we have. It is an average team. Champions win it with hunger, charisma, fight. there's only probably 4 or 5 players in that whole squad that are actually fighting. Yang done all right when he came on tonight. Taneki thinks he's fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, he scored a nice goal the weekend, but I don't want to be pinning players out and criticising players all the time. But come on, you're playing for a massive club. Start feeling a bit better about things. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes and then I'll be jumping off. All I'm asking is subscribe to the channel. There's no point me doing Facebook Lives if no one's going to migrate over to YouTube. I enjoy doing the Facebooks, don't get me wrong. It's the same as me being on YouTube. But I want you over on YouTube because I do more videos there. That's the reason why. Followed by a season. It's a lot of work needs to be done. Managing recruitment, getting the right man in for the job. I know the problem is, regardless who they're gonna get in, he's gonna be a yes man. He's gonna fall for that shit. He's gonna fall for that board of fake promises. That's the thing, Copenhagen manager Jakob top. Yeah, there you go. Copenhagen's a big club, folks. They do well, they spend well, they compete, they try to get themselves into the Champions League on a regular basis, Same with Basel, clubs like Basel, Copenhagen, Glint, Brugge, you're just mad. Ado says, can you see the Green Brigade being back in by Sunday? I don't think so. There's been talks behind the scenes about getting the Green Brigade in. According, it's Mark Hargraves, the chiefing officer, whatever he is, policing officer of Celtic Park, whatever. He has a problem with 2 individuals. So this is why they're holding this lockout of the Green Brigade. It's like you need the fans in the stadium. Every fan is crucial. Every single fan. And that's what I'm trying to plead to fans who are in the stadium. Please be heard. Yous are the ones to give the players a push. Yous are the ones that what's the point of winning the league when your fans are like a library? Don't deserve to win a league. To be honest. Don't deserve to win a title if your fans are not behind you. They can sit there and be statues, but it's about singing them iconic songs. It's about pushing your team like we never stop kind of element. Like what it was like Sunday. Kind of push that, but you want to see that in Celtic Park. It shouldn't be the away games that we get the push. It should be the home games as well. Really should. Self-inflicted, Keith. Oh, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Michael Nicholson is a disaster. Should be embarrassed. He's getting 900 grand a year. For what? For what? He's not engaging with the fans. Celtic Collective had a meeting yesterday with Wilson. Nicholson wasn't there. Where's these executive role people? What are they doing? Wilson's non-executive. They're cowards. Sad to say, they're cowards. They hide behind the curtain. They hide behind the curtain, or they check their phones. They don't be bothered. They don't feel the same emotions as fans are feeling. And it's hard to push these individuals out because they're such a clique, such a little clique. It's hard for them to feel like they're stabbing each other in the back to remove one each other. That way it's gonna be hard. So Hibs on Sunday. I'll be on live tomorrow night. I'll be live Saturday night. I might do a preview on Sunday for the game. But I'm just want to try to get you over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you like the content across the socials as well. We're up to 81,500 followers on Facebook. So a big thanks to everyone that supports the page. Same Instagram, 26 as well. But YouTube is the bread and butter. It's where it's at. It's where all the emotions come out. It's where you let it rip. It's like a counselling class. And every single comment that you put is important. It's important across Facebook, and you just remember, you are not a number to me. You are value to me. Some of the podcasts might think he's his numbers, but I never think he's a number. He's an important. He's an important, you know. Barry says Sinisalo got to play Sunday. Kasper has sold so many goals. He's gonna, if you keep him a goal, he's gonna lose us the league. Simple as he's stuffed. He's stuffed. You know. Fans should never boo our own players during the game. No, they shouldn't. I can understand the frustration. They should never boo their own player. Unless the player comes out and says something bad about the club and he's still playing. That's when you boo. But like this is modern day football. This is what you're going against. You know. I just think Kasper Schmeichel should just not play for Celtic again. That's the best interest of himself, the club, the fans. I don't want him getting the same attention on Sunday if he was to get see it. Another bad goal, he's getting billed. No, it's not good. You got to think these people have emotions. They're human beings. And yeah, so I done a video on him, threw him under the bus, but he doesn't need to look at my video. Would you rather what? Would you rather look at someone criticising you on YouTube or fucking 5,000 people booing you at Celtic Park? No, we don't need that. We don't need that negativity. Like, we're trying to push for a league. We don't need fucking fans booing our players. Like, yeah, if we get pumped, but like, yeah, we were pumped tonight, but like, it's not the end all, like, folks. It's Europa League, and facts is, we scraped our luck to get into this round. You know? It's not good enough. Schmeichel got a howler, but the whole team didn't perform. Correct, you're right, Will. You need to go up a gear in these days. It's not Kitty or Livingston we're playing. You get away with half-arsed performances. Geez, a Rio attack, they tried a couple of slide tackles as well in the game. It's a hard one. It really is. You know? The board are sucking the soul out of this club 100%. And we should be here talking about football. We shouldn't be here talking about the board. I don't want to be talking about the board, but I have to because it's the reality, you know. It's a rotten apple. And we need change. I wish some American billionaire who loves Celtic would come in and buy this shit out, you know, that way. Buy Desmond out and his cronies out. You know, I know the likes of the Celtic Trust are trying, and you know, Celts for Change and stuff like that. All these groups trying to steer for change, and I'll give it to them. They're trying their hardest, and people might criticize them, but you're always going to get criticism everywhere you go. I put videos of criticism. Fuck it. Don't care. That's what life is about. You get criticism for fucking anything. You get criticisms for wearing something wrong, and people moan. Like, people are quick enough to moan than praise. But like, it's life, you know. You know, it's life, and you know, everything's not easy. Martin O'Neill and the goalkeepers. What about Martin O'Neill and the goalkeepers? Look at Martin O'Neill. Obviously didn't go down with some fans tonight. He was outraged, saying that some fans need to get a reality check, need to be checked out and all. Fans are just upset. Like, Martin O'Neill feels like he's a mediator between both the fans and the board. I'm sure it's getting to him as well at some stage, but he's not going to talk wrong about Dermot Desmond that gave him the opportunity, or about the board because he's getting paid wages to do his job. You know, he's just frustrated, you know, and it's hard. Like, he's working these guys day in and day out, and he's trying to get the best out of them, and some of them are just not at the level. Some of them are just simply just don't want to be there, you know. Yeah, but the thing is, Martin O'Neill knows this, but I think he loves Celtic. He loves the fans, but I feel like Martin O'Neill is restricted in some character of being out honest, like the way Brendan was. Brendan called it out. And people say Brendan Rodgers is a con artist, he's this and that, he's a rat, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, Dermot Desmond puts a statement out looking like he's the mafia boss, the Don. Why Brendan Rodgers hasn't came out. And look at Darren O'Dea has shed some light to that. John Kennedy was looking at the younger players and wanted to give them the breakthroughs like the Danny Kellys, the players like that. But the club don't want to take a chance with the younger generation. What's the point having an academy when you're going out and buying fucking duds from shitty leagues? You know, buying Quans, getting a Quan instead of a fucking Daniel Kelly. That's reality. That's the reality we're living in. You know, let's be honest to ourselves. You know, we do have money. You do have money, and I'm not buying this bullshit of like, oh, with the Premier League this and Premier. I just, you know, as I said, I'm very grateful for what Mark Martin has produced for us in his 2 terms at Celtic. But come on, don't be bending off to the board for that, please. Don't be getting brainwashed by the board's propaganda. Be honest, legend of a man, but he needs to realise there is money there. Celtic are in profit. They're in profit. Don't let these so-called guys that care about Celtic at the top, they only care about their wages. They don't care a fuck about Jews, you know? Yeah. And I'm glad Darren O'Neill called it out, you know, and I feel sorry for John Kennedy. John Kennedy took a lot of stick over the years off fans. Stick over the years. But you know what? John Kennedy worked with Brendan in 2 stints. He worked with Lenny. He worked with Ange. He worked with Ronnie. And a lot of people praised John Kennedy. Players that got big moves from Celtic praised John Kennedy, saying he's a good coach. He's a good man. So for us that are sitting watching in the telly, or for fans that are sitting in the stadium and criticising John Kennedy, he's done a lot for Celtic that a lot of people don't know. And yeah, he had to retire early and he got a horrific injury and stuff like that, but he's a Celtic man. And he was right to walk. Well, if he got released, or well, choose whatever. Yeah. I feel sorry for him. He's a good man, you know, and it just shows, like, when players, like coaches that have been there working the youth system is calling it out, you know, it's very hard to sell that product to people now with the academy failing. Academy not, let's be honest, like 90% of our academy is failing because we're not giving the players chances. And I'm sure there's gems in that academy. Look at, for example, Daniel Cummins. Yeah, he's gone to West Ham, but the player we could have developed, the player we could have used, you know. We don't give these players chances. Ricardo, there's another one, you know. But, yeah. So, folks, I'm going to jump off. It's midnight. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that watched the live tonight. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I sound like a broken doorbell when I say that. Keep repeating the little crocky noise, but please, you know, poor man. Who's poor man? This team lacks serious quality all over the park. 3 minutes. Look, it's the truth. As I said, we all love Callum McGregor's passion and he's Celtic true and true, but he doesn't have the engine to steer that team at times. You know, he's not getting enough support from the midfielders around him. You know, now he's working in Saudi. Yeah, he's working in Saudi with Brendan. He's making a few quad, making a few bob. Fair play to him. You know, he could have went down to Spurs with Ange and he stayed at Celtic. That's how much he's true to the cause. Like and subscribe, condos. Well, we'll see what happens. Just give a like on the video. And anyways, folks, I better go. I'm just gonna throw back a few since I have me. This is the Celtic.
Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that. I think that's a good answer, isn't it?
They do. You know, I feel like Tavernier tonight. By the way,
James, can I just get your thoughts on those 90 minutes today?
Obviously disappointed to drop the points that we did. It's obviously two games.
Yeah!
Oh, she needs to be locked up. But I'm gonna go, folks. Pleasure speaking to you all. Keep it safe and just wash your head with it. It was predictable what was gonna happen tonight anyway. Kills me saying it, but move on. Take it on the chin. Move on to hips on Sunday, and hopefully start feeling a bit more positive, you know. But thanks very much for everyone that watched. John, thank you very much. Your project tonight, all your comments, please take care. Please subscribe, John, over on YouTube. Get on it like a carb on a butt. And that's the thing, like, before I go, the amount of passes we had between Trusty, Schmeichel, it was like the triangle, Trusty, Schmeichel, and Scales. It was just like, fuck, I was like, just pass the ball forward. And Sriracha done better than Tierney when he came on. Sriracha nearly scored. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, I better go. Take care, folks. Cheers.